Justice League issue 10. This is Scott Snyder, Francis Maniples here for this one, setting up some Drowned Earth goodness. And we have Aquaman and Wonder Woman looking for this lost ship in the Arctic.
Yeah. I love the idea that Poseidon had all these shrunken boats of like boats that had gone down, and they're like part of his collection. That's at least how I read it.
Well, that's how they're tracking it. They've got a shrunken boat in a
Yeah,
bottle that's kind of directing them to where to look.
right. But I took it like this was from his collection of sunken boats, like that he's claimed them as his own. So that's why it's there. So they know it's there somewhere. They just have to locate where it is. So I like that idea.
Yeah, and they've got Firestorm there to
Yeah.
melt the ice.
Transmute.
Yeah.
Yeah, transmute things if necessary.
As you do. Meanwhile, Superman, Flash, and Adam Strange are fighting the Volcano Man, or sorry, Volcano Men, as it corrects itself.
Such a Silver Age concept that Volcano Man is giving birth to Volcano Men. Like,
yeah.
And I like when Barry and Clark team up. They make a good team.
Yeah.
I want a Brave and the Bold story with those two.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the first half of the book, after it establishes where Wonder Woman and Aquaman are, it just kind of like checks in with Superman and Batman and Co. just to tell you where are they, what they're doing. Batman's bones are all still broken. He's in this suit, this cast of a suit, and then Kendra, John, and Jean are all off to Thanagar Prime. So we see they're gone, and that's when we kind of just zero back in on what's going on with Aquaman and Wonder Woman. And what's going on there? I thought this was where the art was at its best. Actually, was the frozen ships and all that. I really liked that stuff.
So I knew it was Manipul, but early on it didn't look. So I don't know if if he's coloring it different. I don't know if he's inking himself different. It didn't feel like Manipul, which I think is good because it made it feel, I don't want to say special, but it made it feel different versus the typical Manipul stuff.
Yeah. So it's the ship of Arion, if I'm saying that right.
Yeah, Arion.
Yeah, Arion. There you go. And they basically, a kraken appears once they get to the ship. Once they find it, this space kraken, as Firestorm so scarily wait. So you say it's a space kraken then, not just a kraken, a space kraken. All right. So and we get this was it the Blood Reef, and we get these like guardians of the Blood Reef, and it sounds like these were the guardians that came to help against the invaders back when back when all this was going down. Poseidon was getting this army together, but it turns out no, they weren't the helpers, they were the invaders.
Right, and they're deities from other planets, basically.
Yeah,
from another galaxy of their ocean gods.
Yeah. So
such a concept.
So if Poseidon's our ocean god, then these are the ocean gods of these other planets and other worlds. I almost like to think of it as like if the water had its version of a swamp thing, the guardian of the water. That's what these are for these other worlds.
And they want to claim Earth as their own.
Yeah, because they turn the water purple, and the purple water like turns anyone who touches it into like one of their drowned
ocean beasts.
Beasts, yeah. And they have all these spaceships that appear in the orbit, and Batman's like, Mayday, Mayday, we got ships in the sky, and they're here to invade Earth.
Yeah.
Stuff's happening. So there was actually cities being flooded. Like we see like New York or whatever, and there's like just water going down the streets and all sorts. So and that's basically the issue. It's setting up the thing. It sets up the crisis, if you will.
Let's not sleep on the fact that Batman kept a chunk of Starro, that he's now named Jarro, because it's a little baby Starro, which, as someone that studied a little bit of marine biology...
Well, hold on a second. You're missing the best detail here. He calls it Jarro because it's Starro in a jar.
Right. But the fact, like, if you chop up a sea star, because... I don't know. You're doing science. As long as there's a chunk of the middle, it'll regrow. So if you chop up a sea star into 5 pieces, as long as there's a piece of that middle part, it'll grow a completely new sea star. So the fact here that they're playing with that this piece of Starro is going to become its own, and now it's basically being raised by Batman and the Justice League. That was a fantastic idea.
I'm sure Snyder's got plans. I don't know where he's going with it, but I'm sure he's got plans.
He gave us Starbro, so like, oh man, Starbro Junior. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh, put that on a shirt. They look like the Carl's Jr. logo.
I like the setup. I like the. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't necessarily think every Justice League story has to be the entire world's in peril, but the visual of the evil water like flooding all the cities is kind of a neat visual. Although that said, I do kind of think there's too many things that happen in comics where everyone on the planet gets changed and then changes back at the end when they fix it, and I'm like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
At this point, how many metamorphoses like every human on Earth went through?
Yeah, people have just learned to accept it now.
Apparently, yeah.
I'm a monster. All right, let's wait for the Justice League to change me back.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but that was a solid setup issue. I think this the whole other world sea gods thing is a really cool idea.
Yeah,
I'm into
definitely. The art really took it up because it is Manipul, and the fact that he's doing it a little bit different. And I just liked it was I re-looked at the issue while I was listening to you talk, and it's definitely the coloring's just a little bit different. So whatever he's doing different, it makes it pop differently.
In places, I think when it got to Superman, it looked just like Manipul to me.
Yeah, that's what made me realize it was Manipul. Because sometimes I skim over the credits page, and I was like, oh, Francis is on this one. That's right, I knew that. And then you go back and look at those first couple pages, and it's like, oh yeah, this looks like Manipul, but it's not. Doesn't feel like it.
You're too into the story, right? You're not reading the credits page necessarily all the time, but
right.
No, I like this quite a bit. Let's say probably another 8 out of 10 for me. I don't know what you're.
Yeah, I think I liked it more than you, so I give it an 8.5.